Thank you, Professor Wishamahakun, for your kind speech. In an era of rapid development and technological advancement, maintaining stability and ensuring the well-being of the people is a challenge faced by all nations. His Majesty King Rama X's royal resolution stands as a beacon of wisdom, emphasizing stability, happiness, and sustainability through correct actions and enduring principles. It is our great honor to now hear from Most Venerable Phra Sakya Wongwisut, or Dr. Anil Sakya, Senior Advisor to the World Fellowship of Buddhists, Deputy Abbot of Wat Bawaniwet Wihan, Bangkok, Thailand. Most Venerable graduated from Cambridge University and earned a PhD from Brunel University in the UK. He is visiting professor at Mahidol University in Thailand and Santa Clara University in the United States of America. Most Venerable will deliver an address on stability of the nation, happiness of the people, correcting the wrong, and continuation of the Royal Resolution under the Sustainable Agronomy Principle. I would now like to invite Most Venerable Phra Sakya Wongwisut, the Senior Advisor of the WFB, to kindly have his speech on the stage.
Your Excellencies, venerable colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in this very important stage called UNESCO. The stage where we raise our voices for the sake of peace and prosperity of our only planet, what we call this human planet. While we are continuing the idea of continuing sustainable society of peace through education, this is our small effort from a world of Buddhism. But at the same time, very sadly, some part of the world is bombing each other. Some part of the world is shattering the whole idea of a peace, which everyone there for that. This is a small effort. We are trying to raise that very word peace so that people can live more insecure, without fear, and the sense of a little bit of happiness as we are as a human. So this is something very worth. We are trying to raise our voices. I just hope that in the war zone, I just hope that where the trouble is, I just hope that where the peace has been shattered, this small voice from this hall reach there and at least have some impact and give some sense of peace and happiness among those who are in bad shape and bad condition. It is a great honor to stand before you today to speak on a subject deeply tied with well-being of our planet. We gather here on this global stage for the International Peace Conference 2024 to reflect upon the vision of His Majesty King Rama X encapsulated in his royal resolution, which continues to guide Thailand towards prosperity, harmony, and global sustainability. This commitment serves as a foundation for world peace and is meaningful contribution the Thai monarchy has made to the world. From September 26 to 28, 2017, The International Peace Conference 2017 was held in this very hall, organized by the World Fellowship of Buddhists, or WFBs, the Permanent Delegation of Thailand to the UNESCO, the Pure Land Learning College Association, and the World Buddhist University. At the time, the conference theme was Creating a Sustainable Society of Peace, a legacy of King Bhumibol Adulyadej of Thailand. Honored the late King Rama IX, who passed away on October 13, 2016. This year, the same organizers have set a new theme for International Peace Conference 2024 under the theme Continuing Sustainable Society of Peace, expanding upon the King Rama IX's legacy and the ongoing work of King Rama X. On July 28, 2024, Thailand celebrated the 72nd birthday of His Majesty King Rama X. In Thai culture, the 72nd birthday is regarded as a significant Diamond Jubilee, marking the 6th cycle of his life. Throughout the year, numerous activities across Thailand, organized by the palace, government, monastic institutions, and the people, demonstrate loyalty and respect in honor of His Majesty's birthday. Today, we reconvene at UNESCO, 7 years after the last celebration, to once again celebrate His Majesty's auspicious birthday alongside this International Peace Conference jointly organized by UNESCO, the World Fellowship of Buddhists, the Permanent Delegation of Thailand to UNESCO, and the Peace and Harmony Development Association of Master Chin Kung's friends at UNESCO here in Paris. In this era of constant change, the need for balance, happiness, and rectifying past injustice has never been more vital. His Majesty King Rama X has provided us with a roadmap to ensure Thailand's future remains secure and anchored in value that benefit all people. His Majesty's Royal Resolution emphasizes 4 critical pillars: national stability, people's happiness, correcting injustice, and the continuation of royal initiatives, particularly through the principle of sustainable agronomy, a very new term. These are not merely words, but foundational principles for a thriving and united Thailand, serving as a model for the global community in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. This reflects a globalization of the SDGs, adapting them to align with Thai culture and beliefs. A crucial factor in success of the 17th SDGs, which must be integrated into local cultural and context to thrive. In ancient Thailand, there is a proverb. It says that, Nai nam mi pla, nai nam mi khao, which means that in water there are fish, in fields there is rice, conveying the ideals of abundance and sustainability. As long as there are fish in the water and rice in the field, life can be comfortable. Thai people believe in balancing nature and human needs, reflecting a core principle of equilibrium in all forms of development. Balanced development refers to an approach where all aspects of human life receive equal consideration and prioritization. This encompasses fields such as economics, social welfare, environmental sustainability, education, healthcare, and cultural preservation, aiming to develop each area in a way that promotes harmony and balance. Recognizing that economic growth alone cannot measure progress if it comes at the expense of other vital aspects of human well-being. Balanced development seeks to integrate economic prosperity with social equity, environmental protections, and cultural preservation. It emphasizes the need for holistic planning and cooperation across sectors to achieve sustainable and inclusive growth. Balanced development is essential to achieving sustainable development goals, as it ensures that the interests of all stakeholders are taken into account with careful attention to the long-term effects of development projects. Balanced development has long been the backbone of Thai economy and society, providing a crucial framework for the country's progress. His Majesty King Rama X has continued the sufficiency economy initiatives introduced by his late father, King Bhumibol Adulyadej, who was internationally recognized for his contributions to sustainable development and happiness of the people. King Rama X's royal resolutions builds upon these principles, focusing on stability, happiness, justice, and continuity, especially in sustainable agronomy. This commitment aligned with UNESCO's sustainable development agendas, highlighting the importance of combining traditional knowledge system with contemporary practice for comprehensive development. What I am trying to put in this keynote is that trying to overview the King Rama X's royal resolutions, emphasizing its focus on national stability, the happiness of the people, correcting environmental issues, and the continuity of these efforts through sustainable agronomy. Central to this vision in Buddhist values, we support both individual and collective well-being and offer a philosophical framework that harmonizes human life with nature. The integration of these ideals with modern sustainability practices creates a comprehensive model that resonates with UNESCO's global sustainability goals, particularly in the realms of education, culture, and sustainable development. It was in 2006, United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan awarded King Bhumibol Adulyadej the United Nations first Human Development Lifetime Achievement Awards, recognizing the monarch's 60 years long efforts to support the poorest and most vulnerable in his kingdom as an example to the world. Mr. Anand said of King Bhumibol, quote, "Your Majesty has made an extraordinary contribution to human development. As the world's development king, Your Majesty has reached out to Thailand's poorest and most vulnerable people, regardless of their status, ethnicity, or religion. Listen to their problems and empower them to take control of their lives," unquote. He again continued, quote, "As a visionary thinker, Your Majesty has played an invaluable role in shaping the global development dialogue," unquote. He further emphasized Your Majesty's sufficiency economy philosophy, emphasizing moderation, responsible consumption, and resilience to external shocks, is of a great relevance worldwide in this time of rapid globalization. It reinforces the United Nations' effort to promote people-centered sustainable development path. With this award, we hope to bring wider attention to Your Majesty's visionary approach beyond Thailand's borders," unquote. King Bhumibol Adulyadej, known as the Development King, provided both theoretical and practical frameworks related to community development science in Thailand. His royal initiatives on the sufficiency economy has been recognized as a universal community development theory. grounded in principle of coexistence, interdependency, simplicity, integration, inspiration, and political neutrality, all focused on achieving true happiness for the Thai people. Key elements of the sufficiency economy development theory are self-reliance, moderation, resilience, inner strength, perseverance, and knowledge. This approach applies at all levels, from individuals and family to communities and nations, extending to global management. The United Nations has endorsed this philosophy for countries facing decommunitization challenges. In total, there are 5,176 royal development projects across Thailand, initiated by King Rama IX from 1952 to 2023. These projects are divided into 8 sustainable development fields. Water resource development, something around 3,650 projects. Agriculture development of 133 projects. Environmental development, 199 projects. Livelihood improvement, 344 projects. Public health development, 47 projects. Transportation and communication, 90 projects. Social welfare and education, 483 projects. And holistic development, going to the 275 projects. All those over 5,000 projects was initiated by the late King of Thailand for the benefit and happiness, and especially to create the peaceful society, which became a model for all other countries as well. His Majesty King Mahavajiralongkorn Pravajiraklao Chao Yuhua, the King Rama X ascended to the throne on December 1, 2016, at the invitation of the Thai Cabinet and the National Legislative Assembly, stating that, as per the Cabinet and National Legislative Assembly's invitation on behalf of all Thais for me to become Thailand's new constitutional monarch under the Palace Laws on Succession of 1924, I accept the invitation to become the king and fulfill the royal intentions of His Majesty late King Bhumibol Adulyadej for the benefit and happiness of all Thais, unquote. Later on May 4, 2019, King Rama X's coronation occurred at the age of 64, following the death of his father, King Bhumibol Adulyadej, on October 13, 2016. After the crowning and investiture ceremony, the king presented his first royal command, stating, quote, "I shall continue, sustain, and develop the royal legacy and shall reign with righteousness for the benefit and happiness of people forever." You can see the spirituality, you can see the dedications. It's always echoing the whole idea of benefit of happiness and peace of people forever. The first royal command reflects the royal resolution and aligned with the global agenda of the United Nations by proclaiming to the public his commitment to governing the country with sustainable development. In other words, he intends to continue balanced development for benefits and happiness of all. As King Rama X articulated in his own word, the royal resolution serves as a comprehensive framework for national development, emphasizing the importance of stability, happiness, and justice as essential elements of a prosperous and harmonious society. Key principle of the royal resolution, which includes stability. Ensuring political, economic, and social stability through good governance, equitable resources distribution, and effective conflict resolution. Second, happiness. Promoting the well-being of the people through education, healthcare, and social welfare programs. Correcting the wrong. Addressing social and economic inequalities and injustice to create a more equitable society. Continuation ensuring the royal resolutions continuity through reflective leadership and institutional mechanism. King Rama X has expanded upon the royal resolution, emphasizing sustainability and environmental protection, particularly focusing on the role of agronomy, which is management of land and resources in achieving national development goals. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, sustainable agronomy is a holistic approach to national development that seeks to balance land productivity, environment sustainability, and social equity. It emphasizes preserving natural resources, promoting biodiversity, and improving community livelihood. The principle of Royal Resolution on Sustainable Agronomy highlights the interconnectedness of people, the environment, and economy. Key areas of Royal Resolution of Sustainable Agronomy include environmental protection, which is indeed in this age, in need in this age. Prioritizing the protection of natural resources such as water, soil, and biodiversity. Social equity, emphasizing the importance of promoting social justice and improving community livelihoods. Economic sustainability, ensuring that economic development is sustainable and doesn't compromise the ability of future generations to meet their needs. King Rama X's sustainable agronomy encompasses 5 levels of actions. Sustainable people, Arya Jana. Sustainable planet, Arya Bhumi. Sustainable partnership, Arya Kitcha. Sustainable prosperity, Arya Vardhana. And sustainable peace and happiness, Arya Sukha. These labels parallel the UN's 5 P's of Sustainable Development Goals. But King Rama X emphasized cumulative development initiated by each individual. Once an individual recognizes the importance of sustainable agronomy, they are considered a sustainable individual, Arya Jana. Their action contribute to developing their surroundings for sustainability, Arya Bhumi. A sustainable planet, Arya Bhumi, encourages more individuals to collaborate for sustainable partnership, that is Arya Kitcha, which ultimately leads to sustainable prosperity, Arya Vardhana, and sustainable peace and happiness, Arya Sukha. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, King Rama X employs the term sustain from its etymological meaning, derived from sus, sus, which is a prefix, plus the tenere, which is in Latin. Here, tenere means uphold, sharing the same derivation in Pali and Sanskrit. In this context, dra, the same etymology as tenere, also means uphold, forming the basis for the universal term dharma. Thus, sustain can be interpreted as a dharmic or upholding. In other words, it signifies balanced development, the essence of SDGs in practice. Etymologically, sustainable development means dharmic development or balanced development. King Rama X approaches international peace through his royal resolution of sustainable agronomy. Peace does not merely mean the absence of war and conflict. It requires balanced cognitions as a foundation. If each individual can cultivate their mind in dharma, that is, sustainability or in balance, their action will lead to a dharmic people, dharmic planet, dharmic partnership, dharmic prosperity, and dharmic peace. The terms Arya and Dharma are used synonymously. Sadly, today, we are living in fear and conflict. An undharmic world where people prioritize their existence over others. The world is driven by egocentric views, a direct consequence of capitalism. King Rama X Therefore, following Buddhist teachings on no-self encourages us to shift our perspective from me to we, moving from egocentric to ecocentric, thinking through his royal resolution of sustainable agronomy. His Majesty King Rama X's royal resolution offers more than just a national strategy. It presents a model for global sustainability that integrates Buddhist ecological ethics with modern agricultural science. Buddhism teaches that all life is interconnected, and the idea is central to the king's vision of sustainable agronomy. His focus on biodiversity, environmental conservation, and the climate resilience echoes the global call for sustainability, as articulated in UNESCO's 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. At UNESCO, where the preservation of cultural heritage, environmental sustainability, and the promotion of peace are key objectives, King Rama X's approach provides a framework that can be adopted by other nations. His integration of Buddhist principle with agronomic practice demonstrates that sustainable development is not merely a technical challenge, but also a moral and philosophical one. By promoting values such as compassion, mindfulness, and balance, the Royal Resolution offers a path toward a more harmonious relationship between humanity and nature, an approach that resonates deeply with global need for sustainable, resilient societies. His Majesty King Rama X emphasizes national stability as a prerequisite for sustainable development. Agriculture, a key pillar of the Thai economy, plays a crucial role in fostering stability. Under King Rama X's royal resolution, sustainable agronomy is not only viewed as an economic strategy, but as a pathway to long-term social and environmental resilience. Buddhist principles, particularly the middle path, guide the king's approach to stability. This doctrine advocates balance and moderation, mirroring the sufficiency economy philosophy first introduced by King Rama IX. Just as the middle path encourages the moderation to avoid extreme of indulgence and deprivation, King Rama X's vision for agronomy promotes balanced land use, avoiding the overexploitation of natural resources while ensuring that agricultural practices remain productive and sustainable. The principle of dharma, or natural law, also informs the king's approach to agronomy, recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings. The Royal Resolution promotes practices that respect the environment and sustain biodiversity. By advocating for organic farming, reducing reliance on chemical pesticides, and encouraging indigenous knowledge systems, King Rama X ensures that agricultural stability is achieved harmoniously with nature rather than at its expense. His advocacy for stability in agriculture equips rural communities, often the most vulnerable to economic shocks, to better manage fluctuation in global markets, climate change, and other external pressures. Buddhism teaches that true happiness, sukha, is derived not solely from material wealth, but from mental and spiritual well-being. His Majesty King Rama X's Royal Resolution reflects this principle by advocating for a holistic approach to happiness, where the well-being of the people is intertwined with environmental and social health. The notion of happiness in the Oriental context differs from the Western approach. While happiness in English is rooted in the luck and fortune, the word hap in Latin, the word sukha in Pali and Sanskrit relates to endurance, acceptance, satisfactions, and ease. The feeling of ease is a primary source of happiness. One Buddhist concept that resonates deeply with the king's vision is the idea of the Sangha, or community. In Thai society, farming communities play a vital role in maintaining social cohesion. King Rama X emphasizes empowering these communities through sustainable agronomy practices that promote food sovereignty and self-sufficiency. The establishment of a local cooperative farming models and the promotion of smallholder farming initiatives align with Buddhist values of mutual support and collective prosperity. By fostering a more sustainable agricultural economy, the king seeks to alleviate poverty, reduce rural-urban migration, and improve overall quality of life. Furthermore, education and capacity building program within the agriculture sector ensures knowledge of sustainable practices is passed on to the future generation, contributing to long-term national development. Moreover, King Rama X's agronomy policies encourage the practice of loving kindness, metta, and compassion, karuna, towards all beings by promoting the ethical treatment of the environment and ensuring equitable access to resources for all citizens. The king fosters a society where happiness is measured not by individual gain, but by collective well-being of the nation. This holistic view of happiness, grounded in Buddhist ethics and sustainable agronomy, encourages Thai farmers to cultivate not only crops, but also community, compassion, and contentment. Buddhism teaches that health is the greatest gift. Accordingly, King Rama X is dedicated to the well-being and happiness of his subjects and the people of the world. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the government and the people were in chaos. While all the government and people was indecisive how to take care of this pandemic, His Majesty King dedicated hundreds of millions of dollars, working with the scientists, working with all the experts, came out with all these new inventions of these mobile sectors to screen out the virus, to treat the virus, and give medical support to all the hospitals, not only in Thailand, but also in abroad. As far as I remember, there was one load of one big plane from His Majesty King sent over to India to help to cope with the COVID. Similarly, His Majesty King also sent full load of one big plane with all the medical equipments and whatever it is needed to tackle with the COVID situations to the kingdom of to the Nepal at the time. So his way of trying to solve the problem, trying to think as the health is a very important thing for human being to survive, and he has done that immensely with his very particular knowledge of what he can do within the health of all the expertise. Similarly, on the third piece, on the third issues, correcting the wrong, is a fundamental concept in the Royal Resolution, emphasizing the need for justice, equity, and moral rectitude in all facets of national development, including sustainable agronomy. His Majesty King Rama X is committed to rectifying social injustice and addressing the inequalities that hinder sustainable development. By promoting sustainable agronomy practice, the king aims to empower marginalized societies, communities, especially smallholder farmers, ensuring that their rights are upheld and their voices are heard in the development process. One of my contributions, which I have been doing in Thailand, is that I used to go to the prison to teach to correct all those inmates. And I guess that it is only in Thailand that His Majesty King has that dedication or kind of that has a legally that have power to give amnesty to those one who create the crimes to our society. Of course, it was unfortunate that people create crimes out of their desire, out of their anger, out of all those things. But are we ready to forgive them? Are we ready to give the second chance for them? In Thailand, how heavy sentence you are sentenced, even to the death penalty, even to the life sentence. But there is a one door always open, that is a compassion of His Majesty King, where His Majesty King annually give a royal pardon or amnesty to those prisons, all those inmates, giving them a second chance to improve and become a human resource to develop the country, to sustain the society of peace. Similarly, in continuation of sustaining the royal vision that his father has already started with over 5,000 projects in order to help to materialize the SDGs. His Majesty King Rama X carry on those jobs, those projects, and on top of that, even expanded those projects to a more valuable to the more wider society. Therefore, all those what His Majesty King Rama X has dedicated his all effort, resources for the happiness and continuing the sustainable society of peace. In conclusion, I would like to say that the Royal Resolution of King Rama X represents a comprehensive approach to national development that seamlessly integrates sustainability, happiness, and social justice. Through sustainable agronomy, the King envisioned a society where stability, happiness, and righteousness flourish, enable all ties to thrive. Rooted in Buddhist teachings, the Royal Resolution serves as foundational framework for cultivating a resilient, equitable, and prosperous future. By recognizing the intricate interconnections among people, the environment, and the economy, King Rama X articulates a vision of sustainable development that honors traditional values while addressing contemporary challenges. As Thailand navigates the complexities of modern world, King Rama X's unwavering commitment to sustainable agronomy and well-being of his people stands a beacon of hope and inspiration. It reminds us all of the critical need to balance progress with compassion and responsibility. Through the lens of sustainable agronomy, the King's initiatives exemplify both national and international dedication to sustainability, aligning with global efforts spearheaded by organizations such as UNESCO and the United Nations. In a world grappling with the urgent issues of climate change and food security, Thailand's approach under King Rama X provides viable pathways for sustainable development that harmonize cultural heritage with modern science and environmental stewardship. The King's endeavor tackle local and global challenges, drawing upon the ethical tenets of Buddhism by integrating principles such as compassion, mindfulness, non-harming, and interconnectedness into sustainable agronomy practices. He not only ensures the long-term resilience of Thailand's agricultural system, but also enriches the global discourse on ethical leadership and sustainability. In the face of escalating environmental crisis, King Rama X's Royal Resolution exemplifies the powerful synergy between ancient wisdom and contemporary scientific approaches. By continuing the legacy of his father, King Rama IX, while adapting it to the needs of the 21st century, King Rama X affirms that sustainability transcends policy. It is a profound moral imperative that calls for justice, compassion, and mindful stewardship of the Earth's resources. This vision closely aligned with UNESCO's mission, positioning Thailand as a valuable model for other nations pursuing sustainable development in agronomy and beyond. By honoring his father's legacy, while introducing his unique vision, King Rama X provides an enduring model of leadership that prioritizes the well-being of both people and the planet. His sustainable agronomy initiatives illuminate a path for other nations, inspiring to achieve long-term agricultural resilience, economic stability, and environmental sustainability, a balanced dharmic approach to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Long live the King. May peace prevail in this world. Thank you.
Thank you, Most Venerable Phra Sakya, for your kind speech. Next, we are truly privileged today